up, though? It's your boy DJ Caveman. We back again with another episode of Caveman and IronMonkey talking shit, because that's what we do. You know, a couple of dudes of a certain age talking, giving our point of view on the goings on in the world. As always, we got my main man, DJ IronMonkey, in the building, and then we got a very special guest today. We get you might be the youngest guest so far on the show. You know, to give us a definitely a different perspective on things. You know, a man here, known him for a while. You know, mechanical engineer. Yeah, over 5 years, probably like 6, 7. Mechanical engineer, recent graduate of one of the greatest engineering schools in the country. You know, Rhode Island native. Now he's down in Pennsylvania. Is that considered Amish country where you at, or is it just?
Yeah, they're around.
All right.
Cool.
He's down in Steeler country, huh?
You know.
No, that's Pittsburgh's a little further away. Not yet. We're still like Eagles. They like the Eagles over here.
Word.
Them birds.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Jalen Williams. What's going on?
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Full disclosure, you know, Jalen, you know, that's like my bonus stepson character, you know what I mean? And I watched him grow up, man, a little bit, and he's doing big things right now in the engineering space.
From a young lad to a young man.
But appreciate you coming on the show, man. We're going to get into the fun times today, but before we do that, give the world a little bit of who you are and what you do exactly. Don't let me fuck it up over here.
Okay. Yeah. Name's Jalen. I'm 24. I'm 8 months into my new job that I started. Moved out to Reading, PA. Work for Reading Bakery Systems. They design like conveyor belts for like production bakery equipment. So like a line of Cheez-Its or like graham crackers and stuff like that. So I'm like CADing and printing out prints for those kinds of machines. I love it. It's been pretty good.
Dope.
Nice.
So how fast do the conveyor belts actually go? Because I mean, you watch like shows like How It's Made, and I know they slow them down.
Unwrapped.
Yeah.
They're not too fast. I think there's been anywhere between like 17 to like 50 feet per minute. So it's all like it varies a bunch. I think it's not very fast though.
Yeah, they'll probably, set the speed for whatever the production is at the time. They don't want no like I Love Lucy type thing where the conveyor belt is going faster than production itself.
Yeah, and there's a whole nother like ovens department where like it's a giant oven that's like the length of the whole like shop. So it's got to take its time when it goes to the oven so the whole thing can cook and all that. You can't have like product crashing into each other.
Yeah, have it be all half baked and shit.
Yeah, yep.
Are free snacks part of your benefits package?
Yes, actually,
nice.
The past like couple of months, we have like a test center that's like down the street from us where clients will actually come in to test. They bring like their dough or whatever, and we have pre-built like conveyors for them to test their stuff on, and then we can sell it to them after if it goes well. But we had like 2 3x3 boxes of peanut butter pretzels just sat in the office. Like you walk by, like this giant box of peanut butter.
Oh shit!
Among other things, but the peanut butter pretzels are definitely
the notables.
Yeah.
Nice. The fringe benefits. The fringe benefits.
Right. It's always it's the little things that'll keep you there when shit gets rough. You're like, damn, at least I get these free snacks.
Yep.
Hey. How was everybody's Easter? Easter.
Yeah, mine went well. On the most part, just kept it simple, and because I'm in the process of what I like to call the Great Purge, aka the move. So things are a little cluttered at the moment, but kept it simple. How about yours, Jim?
It's pretty good. Visiting my girlfriend. Her family has a farm down in Maryland. That every now and again we all go down there and have a cookout pretty much and go shooting. She has a couple of horses and like they're into guns, so they bring clay pigeons over. And,
nice.
we shoot them out of the air.
For a quick second, I thought you were shooting horses.
No.
Yeah, we were shooting. You got horses. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I love that farm. I'm very grateful for them inviting me down there.
Nice.
So out there skeet shooting.
Oh yeah.
Skeet.
Skeet.
You
already know.
I actually had a Sunday off for once, man. I didn't have to. We didn't do the show, and you know, I didn't have to work. You know, with the single moms, on at the local ballet had the day off, so
Okay.
you know, it was a good day. You know what I mean? Had some dinner and fucking, you know, slept in a little bit. And, it was also 420, so of course, we did 420 things.
Yeah. Based on some of the texts, I could tell. I'm not gonna air you out. Not gonna air you out.
No, it was a smooth afternoon, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we back here, man. You know, living. You know, obviously, you know what I do every week. You know what I mean? We just fulfill the daydreams of single moms and soccer moms in this town of Barrington. Slang packages. Into the random boxes.
Petting dogs.
Right. Petting dogs and babies.
Dodging them bitches.
It's mostly
dogs.
dude
dogs.
Mostly dude dogs. Mostly dude dogs on my route, man.
Yeah. But they still bitches too.
I suppose. I don't think dude dogs can be bitches, but you know.
Well,
shout out to the people.
I don't know what they identify as. Let me just put it like that.
Shout out to the people who train their dogs though, because trained dogs are much better than non-trained dogs.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see like people walking around here in like the parks. The dogs aren't even like on a leash, but they're just chilling. That's crazy to me.
Right?
You know, that's probably in their budget when they get a pet. They're like, all right, it's going to cost this much to get them trained to do this kind of stuff. So, you know, we're going to put that into the budget. But other than that, like when you get a dog in the hood, it is what it is. You know, don't jump on the furniture.
You just got to spend the time training the dogs, man. Like my dog was a pretty good dog. It wasn't like off leash or anything, but you know, and then you got to know some people too. If you know a good dog trainer, you can get dog training. Like Petco does it for pretty cheap. You know, spend a little bit of time and just train your dogs, man. Keep your mailman safe.
Yeah.
Keep your mailman safe, especially if you want to get your mail. Because if you got one of them rogue ass dogs, you're gonna realize that you only get your mail on the days when your dog is not outside.
Just throwing it on the porch.
You know, skipping your house. If your dog is outside, skipping your house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you want that package that you ordered and you've been waiting on it, and it's just little kid's birthday or something, or your wife's anniversary, make sure your dog is inside on delivery day, or you're gonna be without that gift. Period. But
fuck that.
Make sure before we go any further, to make sure shout out to chat, everybody in the chat. Oh shit, Manny's in the chat. What up, Manny? He's in the chat on Facebook. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube as always. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Hit the bell, and then we also always live on Twitch. I don't really know how to use Twitch, so we live there, but I don't know what we're doing. It's just there because I feel like Twitch is like I might be too old for Twitch, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't even know how
it's a YN game. It's a YN game.
The young nephews.
Yeah, the young nephews.
Yeah, right. I feel like
I should know, but I'm not up on Twitch. Gotta kind of let you down.
I gotta put a ski mask on to go on Twitch just so I can know how to do this. But let's get into it, man. I mean, first of all, again, Jalen, welcome to the show, giving us a little bit of insight on the snack belts.
Yeah. Point of views from the young nephew point of view, the YN point of view.
Right. Before you already see the shirt. I see IronMonkey keeping it low key today because his Knicks pulled off another victory in these playoffs.
Squeaker, yeah.
I like that the games are close. I hate that the refs are cheating. Missing calls on both sides, but today was quite egregious. So much so that they came out afterwards and was like, "Yeah, we missed that."
It was a foul. Yeah, how bad.
Yeah, I don't do shit.
I hate that.
It just makes me think the NBA is like they caping for the Knicks, which is whatever. There's a history.
Well, the thing, the thing is
draft for Patrick Ewing.
If that was the case, we would have got Zion. Come on now. If that was really the case, we would have got Zion. But they had to throw New Orleans a bone and Memphis a bone and let them get the two young nephews.
Well, right now they came for the Knicks to play the Celtics in the next round. So
either way, I'm not. Notice I'm not even gloating. I'm just keeping it neutral. I'm not even trying to style out because it was whack. It was just a whack win. So they're playing sloppy. They need to get their shit together. But we're getting the win, so I'm not gonna style out in your face like, we beat your ass. No, we won. We didn't beat you. We won. So
he's just waiting for the series to be over. He got his style. He got his style outfit already ready to go.
Yeah, the background and the plastic.
Yeah,
and the hanger. Keeping it fresh.
It's like three days between games. I don't know why, but Jalen, are you watching the NBA playoffs at all?
Not a whole lot. Just the highlight reel, like 5 minutes after you sent the list.
Nice.
I saw the last one. That was I'll give you that. It was interesting. I think I'll be rooting for the Knicks just based off of looking at the highlight reel. Kind of a Schrodinger sports fan. Whoever's winning, that's my team.
Nice.
Man,
it's cool to admit it.
Yeah.
I always tell people I'm a basketball fan, but I only watch basketball highlights. This is the most basketball I've watched all season. If I'm being completely honest, I watched more women's basketball than anything else last year, and I really only watched basketball highlights for them too.
I actually watch games.
They put it in a very digestible format. It was 7 minutes, and I got the whole game, pretty much.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
lots of pointers for the Knicks, which is interesting.
Yeah, so sometimes they have the highlights where it's just made baskets, and then you could play it at a fast speed too.
Yeah, it's like
it's like a 7 minutes. So it'll be like 4.5.
Yep.
Oh shit! I might have to start watching basketball. I could watch basketball like that. Yeah, it's just too many timeouts for me, man. Like, especially down the stretch.
And no commercials.
Like
commercials.
After every play, and then commercials and shit. I'm like, just get to the game, man.
Longest 30 minutes ever.
Yeah, the last 4 minutes take an hour. Commercials and timeouts and fouls and
reviews
and all that shit. It's just too much, man. That's why I watch baseball, the longest game in sports.
Oh yeah, you know what you're getting into when you get into a baseball game. But now they got the shot clock, the pitch clock in baseball, so they try to speed the shit up. Like, come on, man. Can't be staying out there forever. People got shit to do. But
man, what to watch in person when you ain't got shit to do and you could just chit chat.
7 beers and eat a hot dog.
Right.
That's the equivalent of baseball, I think.
Yeah.
It's because
it's more of an anticipation sport. You're just sitting there just anticipating something to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. You're just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Basketball, football, something is always happening. Even in hockey, something's always happening. Baseball, you just got to sit and wait. Just be patient. Something exciting might happen. Somebody steal a base. I saw Red Sox, somebody stole home last night.
You got a squirrel running onto the field.
Yeah, squirrel.
Right.
Nah, they don't have the random streakers no more, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, we gotta bring that back.
Yeah, bring back the streakers.
No, No, because nah.
I'll start
Nah,
going.
because
The female streakers. Let's go female streakers. How about that?
Nah, because then who's gonna like you can't hit her, you can't tackle her like you want to, because then you're tackling a lady's like a linebacker, so you're hitting her like Terry Tate.
Nah, she forfeited. She forfeited her right by stepping in between those lines. That's part of it.
You don't need to delay the game anymore, though. The game's already long. We don't need streakers in a long game. They need to bring streakers to basketball or some shit.
I wouldn't mind titties just running across a baseball field. Come on now, that's exciting. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Look, that's anticipation right there. Like, I wonder if we're gonna get a streaker today. Get some random titties just running across the baseball field. I'm not voting against it.
MLB, take notes.
Yes. This is how you keep it young and fresh.
Right. Shout out to Black Beans PVD joining the chat, Adina. You know what I mean? I was trying to come by for the chili the other day, but I don't know what happened. Never made it for the chili. But shout out, go to the website, order food. It's always delicious, handmade, crafted with love, and all that.
Yeah, somewhere somehow I gotta see who's in the chat because I don't get to see any of that.
Oh yeah, because you're on your phone, man. If you're not on your phone, you can go to just it's live on my Facebook feed, and then you just pop in and check it out. Shout out to DJ Red, aka Mike, in the chat, watching live from the ballet. Interesting news this week. Pope Francis died. So we're about to get a new pope. I was thinking like, this is the second time a pope has died since I've been paying attention to pope shit. But he was like the smoothest of the popes, from what I understand. He was like really about
the people's pope.
He was like the people's pope. And the Pope Mobile was basically like a Dodge Ram pickup. Well, it was a Mercedes that they retrofitted to look like a Dodge Ram pickup. So, because they were like, oh yeah, the Pope driving in a Dodge Ram, and they were like, no, that's a Mercedes. But he had it like made to look like a Dodge, so it would look like a regular ass truck instead of some fancy shit. It still had all the bulletproof glass and all that, but like, it looked like a farm truck.
Scaled it down. He was the people's pope. He had a couple of different views that some of the new popes from the early scuttlebutt that I've been hearing, some of them didn't like his ways because he was more of just being a regular guy rather than using the Vatican as a shiny necklace in a way. So they might try to go with that again. I don't know. But the whole concept of the conclave and, the white smoke and the black smoke and all that kind of shit is interesting in itself. I try not to get too much into the church of it all.
Yeah, I remember there used to be a show on HBO about I think it was actually called The Young Pope. I'm trying to find it right now. Which is pretty good.
I forgot who was in it.
I'm not a super religious dude, but I always think it's kind of cool. Like I want to go to the Vatican. I've heard it's like bigger than Rhode Island, just as a city by itself, which isn't hard to do, but it's massive. And they have their own police force and all this other shit, and
the architecture is nuts. Buildings like that.
Yeah. Have you been, Jalen?
No.
Not
yet. Say not yet.
All right. Yeah, I don't think that's on my list of places to go. I don't know if I'll just feel weird.
I'm not gonna hold myself to that, but if I'm in the area, why not?
Yeah, if I'm in the neighborhood.
Right. If I happen to be in the area of the Vatican.
when in Rome or something like that.
Yeah. When in Rome, why not? Just visit the Vatican.
So they gotta get a new pope.
No,
And
hiring.
the dudes that's in the front running, actually, this Pope Francis dude, he was one of the few popes that weren't Italian.
He was from Argentina.
And they're saying that right now there's a dude from Africa, a black dude.
Yeah.
And then there's a Filipino dude also in the running that could become Pope, which I think is just pretty interesting in general.
I wonder if they're gonna go with the African dude. That would be very interesting to see if they're gonna revisit the missionaries in Africa once again.
I read some of the rules, like the Pope got to be under 80, which just seems like a weird age cutoff.
Yeah. Imagine that. Nah, you're a little bit too old for the job at this point, my guy. Like, what do you mean? I just turned 80 last week. Yeah, you're over 80.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It just felt like a weird age cutoff. There's 135 cardinals that can be the Pope. Pope Francis wasn't the front runner when he won the Pope. Is it the Popage or the Pope? Yeah. Like
you got the computer in front of you, my guy.
The papacy. It's called the papacy. Sorry, I don't know why I said the Popage.
Oh, okay, the papacy. Okay,
the papacy.
Okay.
But 135 guys get to vote, and then we get to figure out who the new Pope is. Takes supposed to happen in under a week, but who knows? We're looking for the white smoke. I'm gonna lie, I was kind of glued to my TV the last time, waiting for this shit to happen for no reason. It's one of those things like when the Queen died, like we just like a wild amount of interest in shit that has nothing to do.
Well, you're witnessing history. So I get it. You're witnessing history, regardless of how interested you might be. Is one of those things that might be a movie, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I remember there was nothing like this, Or it'd be like, oh yeah, it was exactly like that. So you got that going for you. Like I pay attention to it, but I'm not like really watching the news reports and shit like that. Like when it comes on and it's on TV, yeah. But I'm not really hunting it down.
Yeah, same here. It's kind of just something to hear about at work.
Yeah, a conversational piece. Hey, I heard there's an African and a Filipino on the run. At least I know that part.
Yeah. I'd be interested to check to have a black. I don't know what kind of a difference it makes having a black Pope when Catholicism is Catholicism, and
and that's what I was saying about the missionaries in Africa. If they're going to revisit that again and do a heavy push,
I know he got the smoothest looking cardinal outfit on in these pictures that I'm looking at. He got the real doily type underneath garments.
It's crushed velvet.
He got the big ass cross on.
Got the Talkin fit.
His cardinal outfit is swaggy.
Talkin fit. The Talkin fit.
No, Talkin wasn't swaggy, man. Talkin was disgustingly ugly with the big ass.
I'm trying to think of like black designers and like that was mainstream because
you would have been better off going Fubu, dog.
Talkin had more smoother gear than.
Nah, you know what? His designs was cool, but then he would like fuck them up by putting a big ass K on the pocket or some shit. Yeah,
the design itself was cool. The logo product placement wasn't. I still give it to Kalkanai over Fubu in regards to design, not with the logo. The logo would just mess everything up. But yeah, like who else would you call like a black designer that you would name? I
like the
saying Sean John is not the move no more. That's not the mention for people to go with.
I don't think Diddy was really a designer. I can't see that he was in there. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
In the design.
I don't want to concern myself with him that much.
In the design rooms, looking all glistening and shit. Talking about, yeah, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It keeps the baby oil in place. This fabric is nice. Yeah. Take that.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. That's the last bit. I'm gonna.
No, stop.
Oh, good Lord. I know. Well, at least for the moment.
Nice.
But
Yeah,
so the Black Pooper, he's looking swaggy, like he got a fancy Stacey Adams on and shit like that.
Yo, he definitely got on Cardinal red Stacey Adams.
See?
No socks.
Damn it, no socks. Come on, man.
Come on, man. You can't rock the Stacey Adams with socks.
Well, why is it gotta be the black guy that got the no socks, man?
Because he probably got the cocoa butter on and shit. You know,
Shea butter. The raw shea butter.
Damn. All right, we off the track, man. Let's get back.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Joe.
R.I.P. to the Pope. We'll
right.
see who the new Pope is. You know.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Maybe it'll be the black dude or the Filipino dude. Maybe it won't, but we'll find out. Oh damn! I almost forgot because it's not on the list, even though I mentioned it. Our resident nasty aunt, Shannon Sharp. Man, this dude, and it's just another example of like a high profile motherfucker just burning up his money doing stupid shit. Like,
hey, some people like what they like.
Yeah, but I wish these dudes would be more Derek Jeter about it, man. Like, you know, Derek Jeter,
with NDAs and all that kind of shit.
Like, it came out, he was like trying to get this chick to sign an NDA, and she was like, "No." That should be your clue right there that you just shouldn't even be over there, bro. Like, because there's enough people that will do what you want to do. You're Shannon Sharp. You know what I mean? Like, you're a millionaire. You're a billionaire almost. You got money. You got wild money. You could just pay for it, and you could pay the girls who want to sign the NDAs. She wasn't even like, she was cute, but she wasn't like so like you know what I mean? It wasn't that spectacular. Like, he couldn't find that chick in Miami.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was. I can't defend him. Like, he likes what he likes. You know, that's the best way of putting it. So, I don't know, Jayla. What do you think about these old dudes stealing, like, dipping into your pool of women?
My pool.
Well, it's your age bracket, like, you know. Even though, like, you're already smoking for it, so I shouldn't really try to put you out there like that, but still.
Yeah, again with the Knicks, I put his name into YouTube and watched the first video that came up. A couple of texts that they showed, like a couple of texts where they were talking about it. That's kind of crazy. I don't have much sympathy for the guy, if you ask me.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
you know she had a set agenda. Yeah, she had like a set agenda, and you know she got the right lawyer because Busby is the guy that was a part of the Jay-Z allegations. I'm not even going to repeat what the allegations are, seeing that they were actually false.
Let's be clear, though. He was part of the Diddy allegations that his name
was
in the Diddy shit.
No, but that was separately too.
No, he only went after Jay-Z because Jay-Z's name came up during the Diddy shit, and he was just trying to reel him in. But Tony Busby, Tony Busby just chases millionaires. Like, they've not just all been rappers and shit. They just, you know, they've been like a lot of like captains of industry. He's the guy who goes after the guys with the money. But
that's fair.
You know,
he was your job. That's what you do.
Yeah, and he was also the guy who like was part of the Deshaun Watson situation too. And we already know what, you know.
Yeah.
Young Diddy was out there doing. So
Well, he likes to take it to people's court. Like, yo, if you're not gonna settle, I'm gonna air out your shit, and it's not gonna be worth you having all this shit getting aired out. So it's better off you just settling for what we want you to settle with. And it's like, nah, man, we're not gonna let you shake me down like that. The fuck? And then he goes public.
At the end of the day, though, I think that these athletes and these famous guys, y'all got to stop fucking up y'all money. Especially, I'm mostly talking to the black dudes. I feel like there needs to be like a special class that you take when you get famous.
They all take them.
I don't think they're paying attention though. Because you got guys like Derek Jeter, who's like Love Life is just coming out, and Derek Jeter was out there slaying New York. But all these chicks had NDAs and couldn't do shit. And you hear about the stories about the fucking to-go bags with all the autographed paraphernalia, and and meanwhile, around the same time, you got dudes like Plaxico Burress fucking up his money, shooting himself in the ass. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be like, you got to put things in place to stop you from like fucking up your money. You know what I mean? Like, even, and it's not just, it's a lot of dudes, but it's also like, you know what I mean? Joy Taylor was out there trying to fuck her money up too. Like, I feel like once you get to like a powerful position, you got to be more careful.
It gets to a place where people get an air of arrogance and feel like they're above it all, and then they realize that they're really not. And when they come with the crash and burn, then it's
you got to hit the ground sometimes to kind of learn.
But then you can't play victim neither. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, you can't play victim like, oh, she was just out there trying to get my money. Yes. But you already should have known that because she wouldn't have signed the NDA, bro.
And then the other thing, too, with the whole Shannon Sharp, he was a participant in everything. Even though it was role-playing, he did play a role. So when it comes to, the age difference, I've always hated the age difference thing. Because it's like, look, in high school, as a freshman, nobody got their driver's license. But then you dealing with dudes picking up the chicks that you're trying to holler at. They got a 9-to-5, they got a mortgage, they got kids, and they dating the same girl I'm in school with. Man, fuck out of here. Hate that shit.
I mean, that's a whole different conversation.
But like that whole 40-year age difference. But again, he likes what he likes. So what I like doesn't necessarily has to be his standard.
I'm not gonna shame a dude for liking what he likes. I'm just gonna say that you need to just get an NDA, bro. Like, I mean, I don't really fuck with young chicks because young chicks can't do like. I mean, what can you do for me? You still want to go out and party? I take naps, dog. I can't never date no young chick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to take a nap. I had to take a nap before I did the podcast because I was tired. I didn't wake up in time.
Same here.
For a couple minutes to close my eyes. I'm not trying to go to the club. But if I was about that life, you know what I mean? You gotta sign the NDA. Jalen, one day you might be a CEO. You know what I mean? Make sure you sign NDAs if you happen to not already be married.
I don't think I'm really going to be dating anyone that has to do like reading comprehension questions due on Monday. So I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly.
If you still have to do homework, then that's not my tax bracket. I'll be okay.
Yeah, at that point, that's a good standard to have right there. That's a good disqualifier. You're like, wait, you got class in the morning? Nah, we good.
Yeah.
You might have to ask a secondary question though, like what kind of class? Because you still gotta do like further education.
Definitely not high school.
Yeah. It could easily be a hot yoga class.
If you say shit like, yo, I got first.
You gotta study for that.
I gotta study for a hot yoga class. Now these positions are killing me. The routine, I'm out of whack.
Maybe she's trying to be
About
a
a
yoga
minute.
instructor, though. She could be trying to be a yoga instructor. You know,
That
you
too.
gotta qualify the
Textbook
classes,
prices
man.
are steep on those. $300 a book.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right?
Mm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta do some background work and sign an NDA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Read the fine print.
Right?
Oh, pussy's not good pussy. Basically. Yeah, I know. I know. I had to.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about that.
Not when it's costing you that amount of headache and
I'm
frustration.
just
No,
saying
it's not that good.
it could still be good, is what I'm saying. He just didn't
Good
take
is a relative term. Let's put it like that. Good is a relative term.
You know, I mean, it all comes with headaches. You know, and I'm sure.
Do they?
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, man.
I don't know.
Some of
My
us
girl's
are-
watching this, so I'm out of this.
Yeah, exactly. They're not all headaches.
What I'm saying is sometimes we're tough to deal with too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like sometimes
Try to clean that up, Daryl. Try to clean that up, Daryl.
Listen, I'm just trying to help
Damage
y'all
control.
out. Sometimes I'm just trying to help y'all out. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're tough. We're tough to deal with, and that causes it. You know what I mean? So the NFL draft was
good pivot.
Nice
was
segue.
yesterday. Speaking of athletes fucking up their money, Shedeur Sanders supposed to be a top 3 pick. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of outside noise and shit about this whole situation. You know, I'm with this on it personally. I went back and I was like, maybe I missed something because I watched the majority of his games, and I watched him at Jackson State. You know, he put up very solid numbers, so it wasn't the numbers, right? So I'm like, well, maybe it was the combine, right? I'm of the belief that like every prospect, top prospect or not, should throw at the combine, just so they can see you throw against with talent that's not your own, right? You're used to throwing with your guys, right? Go throw with other guys, because when you get to the league, you're not gonna have your guys, right? So like, but he was at the combine talking wild shit, sounding like his dad, but without the credentials to be his dad. You know what I mean? Like Deion Sanders was like probably the best. He was the best cornerback to come out in his draft class. Like, you're not the best player on your team, so you can't be talking all this wild cat shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know, everybody likes to compare like the Mannings to the Sanders boys. And there's a few differences, some obvious, some not, right? But one of the biggest differences is that Archie Manning didn't make a lot of noise prior to the draft. He waited till the pick happened and then came in and was like, nah, we're not going to do that. He also had Peyton Manning already in the league. You know what I mean? To have like, you know what I mean? So it was like a little bit, the situations were like slightly different. You can't.
Well, he did hijack San Diego in a bit.
But he waited till the draft to do it. There was no run up where he was talking about my kid's not going to play over here, and we were only taking meetings with the top 5 guys, with the top 5 picks, and we're not even meeting with these other teams. Don't even waste your time meeting with my son. And then, you know, you find out the reports come out that like when he is meeting with teams, he's having bad interviews, right? So talent aside, you can't be like, you can't walk into a room and be like, I'm only fucking with the finest bitches in here. If you're not fine, I'm not even talking to you. You know what I mean? And then when all of them leave, you can't be mad that you ain't got no chicks at the end of the club night. You know what I mean? Because you walked into the club talking about you was only besting with the baddest bitches, but they all think they the baddest bitch. Now sliding to day 3 is diabolical supervillain shit. You know, picking guys like Taylor Shock. You know what I mean? Like, they would have drafted me ahead of fucking Shedeur Sanders if I was in the draft, just to kind of like really hammer it home, and then to draft him. And then they're still like, Deion's still like, yo, my son ain't gonna be nobody's backup. bro. Let him just
Mhm.
like you gotta let him just go out there and prove himself now. Like he got drafted. Let him
Mhm.
you gotta quiet the noise down and stop trying to like. I feel like there was too much early weight thrown around. Personally, you know what I mean. I had him as
Yeah.
a high second round guy, second QB off the board. I didn't think anybody else was going to take a QB in the first round personally, so I had him like
Mhm.
high second round. Um, maybe somebody trades up late into the end of the first round and grabs him, but
Mhm.
he trained with Cam Ward. They had the same quarterback trainer. I watched them side by side. There's a huge difference in arm strength uh, and velocity there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and when you're not on a winning program, it's hard to like really ask for like, you know what I mean, the shit that he was asking for and the attitude that he brought to it, confidence or otherwise. You know what I mean? It's okay to be slightly delusional with your. I want my quarterback to be a little delusional because I want him to be able to think that he can make those plays. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like you got to be a little bit more realistic about the situation. And I think that it was too much. It was too much early weight getting thrown around by his dad that I think kind of fucked it up for him in the long run. But I think that he'll be okay. I think it's not
Yeah.
his. You know, it's similar to me to the whole like LeBron Bronny situation. You know, I think Bronny would be better off if LeBron would have just let the chips fall where they fell.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then handle it afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, yo, trade for my son or do you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to backdoor that situation when you're that high caliber of a celebrity athlete like a Deion Sanders, that you can play a lot more moves in the background without having to be upfront with it, and it probably might have worked out better. But
Uh,
I understand from a
mhm.
dad perspective, you always want the best for your kids, and sometimes you know what I mean. We had this conversation a few weeks ago with Jalen Hurts. Was it Jalen? No, not Jalen Hurts. Jaden Daniels' mom out here fucking it up.
Mhm.
With you know, I don't know. I don't have any skin in the game. I'm looking at it from the outside, obviously. Um,
Mhm.
but I just feel like you know when you have a a player like Dion was, you know, and his ability to go in and like also now be a fantastic coach. I
Mhm.
think that you know you gotta let your kid you gotta take your kids to a certain point, and you gotta let the bike you gotta let them ride the bike by themselves. You can't hold on to the
Yeah.
back of the bike the whole time because then they're not going to be able to get to as fast as they could pedal. You know what I mean? And I think right now he's still
Understood.
holding on. He's still holding on to the bike seat, and he got to let that shit go.
Yeah, it's kind of like what the Ball father did with Lonzo Ball, where he just knew his son was low energy, and he was just the mouthpiece for his son, and his son was just always quiet. He's like, whatever dad says. LaMelo is more like the father, but with this situation, for me, I felt like, yeah, when you looked at not just the numbers, when you looked at the intangibles, like the arm strength, like he has a touch, he has a finesse, but his scrambling and throwing it, yeah, he wasn't as strong, matched up against other people. So they was looking at that. That's where like the Mel Kiper was saying him going to the Saints would probably make more sense because he's in a dome and he doesn't have to deal with the elements. Him going so late, I saw it more as money's really not the motivation with him, right? The motivation is to be legendary, right? To be great. Cool. If you want to be so great and you're so motivated to be great, let's see how motivated you actually remain as a fifth round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
does he have that Brady in him?
let's see how motivated you really are to be that person, because picking you in the first round it's just feeding the ego, right? The hunger isn't really there. It's not really going to be a demand of you. Like, I thought he was more of a third round pick. When the Steelers had a chance to get a quarterback, I thought we were gonna try to make a play on Jalen Milroe, who has a little bit stronger arm. Because when you look at the elements, it's not just playing in Pittsburgh. You got to play in Baltimore. You also got to play in Cleveland and Cincinnati. None of these are dome teams, so you need a stronger arm. Um, Jackson Dart ended up going to my Giants, so that was actually a surprise one because now he could actually sit for a year behind them quarterbacks and be the developmental quarterback that he really is. Because he was more like a third round projection, but people were going to pick him before Shador anyways. Because if you draft him too, and you're looking to stash him for a year, the circus behind the coach is just hating, he should play, put him in, if we're already losing, let's see what we got for next year. No, it's for him to sit and wait. The circus is not going to allow him to sit and wait. So that's one of the other reasons why it might have turned off some other teams. So, right now I just see it as a motivational thing. Is how motivated are you to overcome all the whispers and all the jokes of you being a fifth round pick? Show them that you're the greatest fifth round pick out there.
Right.
So that's the way I see it all. The whole they're picking on his father and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that could play a factor in it too. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. The father was kind of boisterous and a little bit more vocal than he should have been, but sometimes fathers do that. He's proud, and that's just the way it manifested for him. I'm not going to take that away from him.
Right. Thoughts, Jalen?
Yeah, I kind of agree with the fifth round stuff. Like at the end of the day, that's just a number. Like if you're good at what you do, your talent should kind of speak for yourself, and all the optics and stuff just comes after. It's all just noise, really.
Makes sense.
Oh,
I hope the kid has a good career.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. To be in the draft on its own, that's a pretty high achievement, honestly, in itself. So
what's like the equivalent of in the mechanical engineering space? Is there do you guys have your Hall of Fame engineers?
Not
are
really.
there certain companies that everybody really, 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 really wants to work for? That's the holy grail of companies. You're just waiting for that offer letter from them.
Internships or even colleges to go to. I'm not at this. Some of it, yes, it does track and make sense, but I'm not really. It's more of the merit of what I'm doing or where I'm going to. It doesn't matter where I'm working at, what the name is. If I like what they do and they kind of match, if they like my skill set and I kind of like what I'm going to be doing there, that's all that really matters. Numbers are just numbers. Nice. It's what am I actually getting down to go and do?
So, but I mean, is there I got a call from Lockheed.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You know what I mean?
Google online too.
And even in a way, that's fine for me too, because then I just go the other way. There's more. That means there's more open applications on other companies that people aren't going to. So I go the other way. Less competition. Although, it's whatever that brings along with it. I don't know if it's I'm not good enough for that position, but hey, I still got a job at the end of it. So it's different ways to play the game.
Exactly.
Nice. So last week or 2 weeks ago, Bezos sent a bunch of women into space that were not astronauts. There was a little bit of dust up about like how they were like changing and inspiring women for STEM, but they didn't send any astronauts to space. But they were like real women, and they were real women astronauts. But anyway, that's not really my question.
Okay.
Can you read? I mean, because I don't want to like shit on it because it was super dope that like right now, like I never thought in my lifetime that you would be able to just pay to get in a rocket and go into any kind of space.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that aspect of it is pretty dope. My only knock on it was like they made it seem like this was like some sort of like shift in like women's empowerment in the women's empowerment space, but they didn't send any female astronauts to space. They made it seem like this is, and maybe I'm just older now, and I feel like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, this is not the first time that women have been in space. Please don't make it seem like this is the first time that women have been in space. We had
wasn't one of them like a professor, like a STEM professor? I think it was the black lady.
It was Gail from fucking Oprah's friend. Gail was on the ship, dog. Like,
no, she was the other black lady. No. I think it was like two black ladies on the other black lady, the one that they really don't talk about. I don't know her name. I apologize.
But also, you know, like women have died going to space. Like the lady that was trapped on that motherfucking space shit. They were trapped. They were not trapped, but they were stranded. I mean, I guess they were trapped on the space station for like 9 months. Like,
yeah,
they just kind of like she got back to Earth, and they were like, hey, she's back. She looks older now, and they just kind of pushed her to the side, like she wasn't in space doing real space shit.
Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
maybe they have to, make sure that she's okay. She was only supposed to be out there for 10 days. She was only supposed to be out there for 10 days. That's the ultimate Gilligan's Island 3-hour tour shit. Like, Gilligan's Island was only supposed to be 3-hour tour. What, 7 seasons later, they're still on this motherfucking island? So that was what happened to her. But when she came back, they had to probably see the effects of it all, the anticipation of waiting and how it took a toll on her body. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. It was,
but
it's weird. It was just weird.
It was just weird, like the way that they built it up to be this like huge thing, and it was like, first of all, you were in space for like 65 seconds. Are you really in space?
It's like taking a flight, but it's vertical.
You know what I mean? Like, can I say that I've been to Pittsburgh if I've only been to the airport, and it was just for a layover, and I didn't actually go into Pittsburgh.
You didn't really fly the plane.
I didn't fly the plane. Like,
technically, you've been to Pittsburgh, but you're not really. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Saying.
Like, they were in space for.
That's a great analogy.
5 minutes, like, and we're making it seem like they actually did shit in space. They didn't do anything in space. They're like, ooh, space, back down.
All right. See, the whole fact is that people are struggling to pay their bills. Real talk. Dude. Like, people are struggling to even buy eggs. Like, it was just, for me, it was tone deaf in regards to who else is going to have the ability of going into outer space other than billionaires? Right?
That's the thing. Like, it costs like $1 million. They pay like $1 million a piece. Who paid for that? You know what I mean? Did the networks pay for it? Did Amazon pay for it? You know what I mean?
I initially was on board with it might inspire somebody to go into outer space.
Yep.
Cool. I understood why they probably went with the women in space. I'm gonna leave that where it is, so that way I don't come across as being sexist, because I have daughters. hopefully they get inspired to go into space. I don't want to take that away from them.
I think
But it was I just thought it was gonna have more scientific substance to it. Like
Yeah, like
there
get
was a
into it.
definite purpose of going up there, other than, hey, we got the opportunity to do it. So can you, if you come with $10 billion. Like it just felt like a weird photo op because they kept pushing
Yeah.
Katy Perry to the forefront.
Like what?
Like
I didn't
Katy
learn
Perry went
anything
into outer
from it.
space.
I wish I would have like see how any of it like worked.
Yeah, see some of the satellites.
Or like even inside of the capsule.
Space station. Yeah, inside the capsule and how the effects that it has on people's body. It's something. It had none of that. It was paper thin.
Yeah, it was like halfway there. Like if they added some kind of like informational, like technical aspect of it.
Yeah, because again, they had
actually
different women.
who do that. It's not like
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Not a foreign concept.
They had a whole like lead up like pre-game show for it that like Carissa Thompson hosted, and like they didn't focus on the STEM shit. You know what I mean? Like there was no talk about actual space. There was no.
It was more Katy Perry and Gayle King went into outer space, and Bezos' wife or fiance was one of the other people. The other two people were actually value people, but they didn't really talk them up as much. They were just passengers.
I don't think they were actually high value people. They were just like random billionaires.
No, I swear one was. I swear the other black lady, not Gayle King, the other black lady. I swear she was a professor and an innovator with STEM program for women. I swear. And then I think the other lady was Filipino,
Lauren Sanchez,
just like the Pope thing.
Lauren Sanchez was Jeff Bezos' fiance. Katy Perry, pop star. Gayle King, Oprah's girlfriend. They did Aisha Bowie or Bo, former NASA rocket scientist and STEM board founder.
See, that's the black lady, right?
Amanda Wynn, a bioastronautics research scientist and activist, and then a film producer. I've seen no film of this thing. Did they film it? Is it coming out? Is there a documentary?
And that's what I'm saying.
And so you know what? I didn't know that these other two ladies were actually like scientists.
And that's what I'm saying.
Which is super dope, but nobody knew because
they was pushing the Katy Perry and the Gayle King part of it all. That's the part that I didn't like. And then on top of it, like, what was the actual value that they got from it? Because with the other two women that I said were real high value people, they didn't value them in the media sense. Like they devalued them because they weren't known like that.
Gotta get the clicks, man.
You gotta get the clicks. Katy Perry out of space.
Would you go to space? If you could go, would you go?
Oh yeah, of course.
Would I go into outer space? Yeah. I'll go to outer space for 5 minutes for $10 billion. Maybe not. If I had $1 trillion, yes. Right now, no. If I had 11 billion, and it took 10 billion for me to go to outer space, no.
If I didn't have to pay to go to space, I'd go to space.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be a test dummy? You'll be a crash dummy?
No, they were literally in space. Like I said, they was only in space for like 5 minutes. It's like when you go to the top of the fucking statue.
What if they wanted to? What if they wanted to try like a different form of propulsion to get into outer space, and they offered you a free ride? You going on it?
Well, no, I'm not a scientist.
Jalen, would you do it?
I'm thinking about it, maybe.
Depending on how many tests they done.
Yeah. Also, even
you got to see the data.
How much they test it, like even what they did, like if any of the mechanisms fail and like you're in like free fall and it's not going to be able to like catch itself, or the parachutes fail, like you're cooked. So even like agreeing to go on it, that also does take. That's worth noting.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a tragedy waiting to happen. Oh my goodness, I didn't even want to watch it. Oh my god, it's like, oh my goodness, Katy Perry and Gayle King. Like, what about the other people?
Yeah, that too.
Right. Enough space talk, I guess. Elon and Jeff Bezos are battling each other in the EV space right now. Jeff Bezos is back in a company called Slate Auto. They make EV trucks that you can customize, which just sounds fun. Yeah. And it's
Lego trucks.
They're supposed to be like relatively cheap. I guess it's like what was that little car that you could like customize with the brakes and the like all the little fancy shit you could put on it, like a little cube.
Was that the Scions?
Yeah, the Scions. Except that's what it looks like to me. It's like Tesla versus Slate Auto, Bezos versus Elon.
It comes out with depends on what kind of base you want, and then you just add on, and then the more you layer on, the more the cost of the car gets, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, the truck looks kind of smooth if you customize it the right way, but it also looks kind of little. So I don't really know.
Lego truck, that's why.
Jalen, how do you feel about the battle of the billionaires?
I'm not a huge fan of EVs. Gotta say, both they look good. They look the part. I guess that's part of marketing. Like you can get people to drool over how it looks. You can get them to buy them. Also did a little looked at a trailer for the Slate truck. I do like how it's like modular and customizable. That's I guess another like marketing thing to appeal to people. But I guess like you said, I think it's trying to be like a jack of all trades kind of truck. So I'm not sure. I'd like to see tests on like how well it tows things, or what the range is, or how far you can actually run it into the ground.
Yeah, see if it operates in the cold.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I have an engineering geek type question for you. Have you seen the McMurtry Spurling?
No. It's
the new supercar from McMurtry that can drive upside down.
Okay.
It has two fans on the bottom that get like 4,400 pounds of downforce.
How do you spell it?
McMurtry. It's a Spurling. SPEIRLING.
James Bond car? Like what? When would you need that function?
It absolutely shattered the test track at.
What's a Batmobile?
It shattered the Top Gear test track. It beat the F1. It beat a Formula One race car around the test track by 5 seconds.
Wow. There's a video of it at Goodwood, the Speed Festival. That's cool.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm the old head with no laptop here to look up anything. Yo, I'm just sitting here. Oh, damn it, man. Google it. Look, I'm the me with my mechanical pencil, trying to make sure the letter's not all the way out.
I bring that up because it was the best thing I've seen on the internet this week.
Nice.
I mean, as a car guy, it's absolutely amazing to see something with that much downforce that you don't need a big ass fin for.
Yeah.
It basically sucks the car into the ground, so that even if it spins out, it won't flip over. And it only weighs like 2,000 pounds. I
like how small the wheelbase is too. That lends itself very well to
that. 0 to 60.
I'll let you guys tell me.
1.3 seconds. I'll send you the video, man, so you can check it out. It's actually very, very cool. Even if you're not a car guy, it's very cool.
I still have to wait until after the video.
To see a car be flipped upside down and not fall on its roof. And it sounds like a jet. and I just want to drive it once.
Nice.
But what's the coolest thing you've seen on the internet this week, Jalen?
Also kind of correlated. There's some guy who made like technically like anatomically correct, for lack of a better term, engines out of Legos, and they actually sound like the like whatever like V pattern or whatever pattern
Oh, I
engine.
saw some of those. They like run a
They're,
vacuum through it or something, but it sounds like a real engine.
Yeah, I got it right here. I don't know. Are you able to like share like stuff on this? Like, am I able to like present stuff on the like call? If you want to
So
see it.
what I will say is probably, but again,
It doesn't work.
as a dude who's been using the internet for 25 years and still knows nothing about the internet.
Old head.
I'm 24, by the way.
You in that young nephew zone there, my guy. You like in the older range.
Yes, I just haven't figured out how to do it. But I have seen those videos with the Legos. They're actually very like the Lego engine sounds like a real engine.
Yeah, it's nuts. I play with Legos for like forever. I'm still finding out like new stuff that people are figuring out what to do with them. It's crazy.
Oh man, seriously. I think I saw those videos as well.
Now, what's the coolest thing you've seen on the internet this week?
I'll go the flip side. The wackest thing I've been seeing on the internet is
shit.
people. It's becoming like more and more of a trend, and it's becoming way more acceptable. And I've actually decided to take a stance against it all. But people with their bullshit ass cooking videos, like that lady that was like made like a whole Taco Tuesday on her counter, like with the cheese and everything on the countertop. I'm like, ew, what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, without plates?
No, it's like, it's just like, they made like the mess, and we'll put the salsa in the sink. Like, what the fuck is this?
Bad cooking videos are amazing.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
So wait, let me understand what you're talking about. They didn't put no paper down, like no butcher paper, nothing.
Nope.
They just made nachos.
Yep, on the counter. You spread you put the cheese, and then you get the meat, and then you spread the meat all on the counter. And I guess people are supposed to walk by and just like scoop shit. I'm like, hell fucking no. Another video, a guy like you know the pasta spoons that got the little hole in the middle.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, he's like, oh, look what you could do. He gets some foil and he wraps the thing. I'm like, what the hell is he doing here? He wraps up the spoon, right, with the foil, just to scoop up some of the water and pour it in the thing. I'm like, hell fuck it. All right, so I decided to actually go into the comments and start to boo. I'm going into the comments and I'm booing this shit. And like, nah, fuck this. Boo that man. Nah, boo. Nah, this can't fly no more.
You're in the comments, man.
I'm in the comments booing now. No hate speech. Not like, the fuck this person think is going on. No, just straight get an emoji or some kind of thing that goes, boo this man, boo. Like, just I'm booing because like them 5-minute craft videos that are actually like a half hour long, which I don't understand why I actually watch these videos. But at the end of it, it's like, what the hell did they just make? Like, what did I watch here? Like, oh yeah, and we're about to cut the cake, and we'll show you the inside. Give it a second. All right, you ready? Oh wait, hold on. Oh my god, the whole anticipation of it all. The thing could have been done in 2 minutes. The whole reveal is taking 7 minutes of them going, well, when we cut it, you'll see in the inside what it looks like. Oh man, it's gonna look so great. watch the video to the end. They cut it. I'm like, this shit looks gross. Boo, boo this shit. Hell fucking no. Oh, I wasted 7 minutes watching this bullshit.
I want to feel bad for you,
Yeah.
but I don't because I've never made it to the end of any of those videos.
I want to start making those videos for that purpose, actually.
just to elicit reaction of a
Not even
boo.
giving a reveal. It's just 8 minutes of me holding the knife.
Yeah.
This is the sharpest
Oh
knife
yeah.
ever. Sharpest knife ever. You should see
Yeah,
it
what's
cut.
he gonna
It's
do with
crazy.
this?
I'm about to
I
cut
show
it.
it from different angles. Like, oh man, what's gonna happen here?
Oh.
And then next thing you know, the end of the video is just him spreading some butter on some toast. The fuck did I just
Back
watch?
again.
Then it just loops. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
Those motherfuckers getting booed. Nah, I'm not standing for this shit no more.
That's fair.
That's a lot.
Nah,
That's a lot of anger if you're hopping into the comments, man.
Yeah. Struck a nerve.
No, because again, Daryl, you haven't seen that bullshit with that Taco Tuesday on the counter shit, man. That shit is gross.
I'm not even watching that. That's not even in my algorithm.
Even with like
talking
people
about it.
like, oh, this is how I wash my chicken, and they're just running water on their chicken, like yo, yeah, with dogs like boo, and people taking this as yo, this is how you supposed to really wash your chicken with Dawn soap. Nah, man, no, but they got a duck on the cover. You figure, oh,
that's from like the BP oil spill that we're still like,
yeah, right.
These people aren't fully there though. They figured that the duck on the thing you could wash your chicken with this soap because of the duck. Like, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. No.
That's awesome.
Man. Sounds like you've been watching a lot of suburban activity on your algorithm, sir.
Life hacks.
Yeah, life hacks. Yeah, life hacks that I'm like, yo, this is not a life hack. Like the boo. I'm telling you, these people are going to elicit a boo. So yeah, I watch life hack videos and I gotta upscale my domesticism, I guess. I don't think that's a word, but no, like I'm washing laundry and I'm trying to get my colors colorful and not fade. Like, what's the best ratio?
Whatever.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get fluffy towels. Like I'm at that stage of life now, you know. I'm not trying to buy towels every week.
Just throw a couple. Who buys towels every week? Just throw a couple tennis balls in there, dog. Tennis balls, man. Tennis balls.
That's a life hack video that I know about. But when you trying to put some bullshit and it's like, nah, your clothes look dirtier. Like the fuck did I just watch here? Like you putting toothpaste and dish liquid, and baking soda inside your thing, and to wash sneakers.
Say, there is. I have like coils on my stove for like when you heat it up. There's like burnt stuff that'll get on the bottom of my pots. Scrubbing it with water and baking soda and a thing of like tinfoil that actually has worked. So I'll give that to the team life hacks. I'll give that to you.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you get golden shit like that, but then you get some bullshit and you're like, nah, I'm not letting this slide. No, this shit's been sliding for far too long.
Some of that shit really works, man. Like, I mean, Jalen, your mom is the queen of the life hack.
I think that's where I got it from.
Yeah.
She's the queen of that. So some of them actually work, but some of them definitely some bullshit. And most of the shit that's on the internet
hated it.
Bullshit.
You get what you're paying for.
But hey, we definitely up against it, man. So we have to skip over the fun shit like Trump and Elon. But I mean, it's not really fun shit because I don't know what your 401k looks like, but mine is not looking sexy right now.
I'm best off not looking at it.
But let's get into the top 5 before we get out of here. We still don't have a theme song for the top 5. Just that little dance right there.
I think the fact that you say we don't have a theme song is the theme song in itself.
That's right. That's right. We don't have a theme song. We just have a little dance. There it is.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Top 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there.
This week on the top 5, we're talking about our top 5 favorite inventions, things that we probably didn't know we needed, but then one day we were like, damn, I'm glad I got this invention. I'm glad that this is like an invention that happened, because without it, you know what I mean, I'd be changing this tire by myself with rocks or something, you know. Or I have to. I live in an 8th floor walk up, and I got to carry these groceries up 8 flights of stairs. That type of shit. But
yeah, this was an open-ended one though. But yeah.
Everybody's gonna be into some different shit, man. Like, I mean, obviously you can think about the greatest inventions of all time, right? Like electricity and shit like that. But there are things that we don't ever think about, and sometimes we think about them, but like after the fact. And so top five inventions. Jalen, as our guest today, you get to go first, my friend.
Of course. Thank you. Number 1, peanut butter. Full stop. One of the best inventions ever made.
You're kicking the door off the hinges, right off the rip.
Damn, kicking the door with that one, huh?
How like in depth are we? Do I need to like plead my case here, or am I just listing them?
I mean, not for peanut butter. I mean, I'm good with you on that.
Okay.
No. Understand, this is your top 5. Like, we can't really debate what you put a value on things.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm kind of mad that I didn't come up with peanut butter. That wasn't
kicking the door with that shit too.
Maybe I should have started with 5. I don't know. We'll go down.
It's cool.
Yeah, no, you can go back to 5 if you want.
All the other ones are in no particular order anyway. So, I gotta say something I do actually use every day. My toaster oven. That's I make 2 eggs and a bagel every morning. That thing goes out, I'm kind of screwed for breakfast. So, very thankful for that thing still working. Number 3, my car. Definitely wouldn't want to, walk everywhere or ride a horse to where I have to get to. Number 3, give that to indoor plumbing. Shout out indoor plumbing.
Oh shit! Damn, that's a good one.
And
that's a deep cut.
4, those like little like pegboard toys where like you flip it over and all the pins fall and you flip it back over and you can like see it. Whatever that is.
The original fidget spinner.
Yeah, that's
You want putting your face on it and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the store, I don't buy it. It's
we all put our face in that thing, dog. Like,
yep.
If you didn't put your face in it, you're a liar.
Yeah, the weirdos will be doing other stuff. All right, you gonna go next down with your top 5? Or you want me to go?
You go, because Jalen done fucked up my whole list with this peanut butter shit, dog.
All right, so honorable mention. I'll keep like, the plumbing and the electricity at bay. Those are honorable mentions. So I would go number 5. Even though I don't have my license, cars, because I do appreciate getting around. That one, again, I don't have my driver's license, but cars are really handy because
it's yours. You can
behind a horse. Yeah, behind a horse and they shitting and, nah. You riding everywhere. You get saddle sores, it's bumpy ride. Nah. Either way, cars. Number 5. Number 4. Number 4, I would go with hip hop. Hip hop music, it was more of an evolution of things, but as a genre itself, for me, it's the soundtrack of my childhood and part of my adulthood now, where a lot of hip hop and the samples that they used actually introduced me to some jazz artists. So it now that I'm in my older stage, I'm more listening to the jazz and the original samples. So hip hop is number 4 for me. Number 3 is kind of debatable as well. Podcast. Podcast as a genre, yeah, it's an evolution of radio shows, and TV shows, but podcast as a genre itself and the evolution of it is one of my favorite thing because you have this style that we have, you have some, murder mystery thriller type shit, that people like. Then there's sports ones, and I do a musical one as well. So podcast number 3. Number 2, I would go with smartphones. Smartphones. Everything on one device. You don't need Walkman. You don't need a Game Boy. You don't need camcorder. Everything all in one. Smartphones. Number 2. Number 1, streaming. Just the fact that you can stream whatever you want to watch now, and you don't have to physically go to a movie. You don't actually have to go rent one. Even having conversations on phones. Streaming, number 1, my favorite one because I use it probably the most outside of the plumbing and the electricity, which are honorable mentions.
Yeah, I love that. Your top 2 are like the reasons why people don't talk to each other in America anymore.
People just need to learn to evolve with the new technology.
Yeah,
That's the next step.
I guess they're talking to each other through the phone, sitting at the table next to each other. I've seen that too. It's just weird, but also super dope inventions. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna breeze through my top 5. I had no honorable mentions. But number 5 on my list is refrigeration / air conditioning. Because as a dude who gets hot easily, especially when it's about to be summer, the auto starter comes in clutch when the AC is clicked in. And you get into a nice cool ass car. So shout out to refrigeration / air conditioning, which leads me to number 4, which is definitely the car. The automobile in general, because I don't like to wait on people. I don't like waiting for the bus. I don't like waiting for taxis. I don't like walking too many places. If I don't like some of the places I want to go, you can't walk to, and so and riding that shit on a horse, then you got to feed that motherfucker, and then, So shout out to cars. Airplanes would be number 3 for me.
Nice.
For not just the transportative aspect of it, like the science involved in airplanes is incredible to me. Because airplanes are not light. You know what I mean? Like you see birds are light. You know what I mean? Like kites are light. Airplanes are not light. And so, the fact that like science keeps a thing that weighs 10 tons,
the sheer physics of it all,
that high in the sky like that for hundreds of miles, and the fact that like they don't all come crashing down to the earth like on a more regular basis, is just fantastic. It feeds all the geekiness in my brain, even when I am flying, like, and I sleep on most flights, but when I am awake, I'm always like, wow, I'm 30,000 feet in the air. You know what I mean? If something happens right now, we're all cooked. But the fact that we're even up here is crazy.
Hey, it's 12 more feet, you'll be an astronaut.
Right?
I was going to say that too. That's a good one.
I'm almost an astronaut.
Yes. Yeah.
And then my number 2
same class with Gail King, and then
it's just the thing
Katy Perry.
It's the thing that I use regularly. is the electric teapot.
Hmm.
Man,
Yep.
get the electric teapot where you don't gotta wait like 10 minutes for your water to boil. You just plug that shit in. It's just fucking 30 seconds hot water. Boil.
Pounded some ramen, tea. That's all day.
Right?
That's a good one.
The electric teapot. And last but not least, I'm gonna go a little bit. It's kind of in your vein, Dawood, but I'm going with like a la carte television as an invention. Not necessarily streaming, but just being able to be like, I only want to watch this. I don't care about like Turner Classics. Like I don't want to flip through that. You know what I mean? I just want to go right to this. I just want to go right to Sports Center. Bam! It's on the app. You know what I mean? I don't want to watch commercials. You know what I mean? I just want to my TV viewing experience is based on all the shit that I watch. Like I don't have to watch any unnecessary shit in my pantheon of TV watching. I don't have to watch the wax show before the good show comes on. I don't gotta watch fucking them in the holograms because it comes on before Gummy Bears anymore. I could just go right to the Gummy Bears and watch that shit.
Gem and the Holograms is still a good watch though. But I get what you're saying. And then on top of it, you don't have to deal with commercials.
Right now, like I watch Haystack, which is like a news app kind of thing. And I can just program all the news I want to watch from all the different outlets. And it just runs it in little clips. It's like watching YouTube shorts of news. But I'm watching BBC. I'm watching local news. I'm watching national news. I'm watching all the different newses without having to flip through. And it's all in one space. So kind of similar to yours, but more programmable TV is pretty dope.
And some other like honorable mention like television, bedding, heating. That's in the vein of him saying plumbing. So like there's a bunch of other inventions that I probably people in the chat might have been in the chat saying, well, what about this and what about that, So
yeah, well, that's why they can do their own fucking top 5. But
whoa, slow there, my guy.
Yeah, I'm still kind of hurt at this fucking Pistons game.
Knicks. I know. Hurt people.
Yeah. Whatever, man. But anyway, Jalen, before we let you go today, man, shout out where the people can get in touch with you and follow you and on social media if you are into that kind of thing, and what you got next on the docket.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used Instagram in like a few months. It's like I downloaded to like talk to like one person. So I'm not very active. If you see me and I don't accept your follow request, I'm sorry. I'm just not on it. Same with Facebook. I use that to sell furniture, but that's about it.
I'm just there for the marketplace.
I still have the same number, so you can hit me up.
Word.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh shit, man! Thanks for coming on the show and hanging out with us.
Damn, he's living that Pete lifestyle, huh?
Right.
I'm in the sticks.
Jalen might actually be another CIA operative, similar to our friend Pete here, man.
Yeah.
Pete don't got no social media neither, and when he does, he uses an assumed name.
Like an
But hey, man, I appreciate you coming on and
with the mask,
come on anytime and chop it up with us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. That's gonna do it for another episode of DJ Caveman, IronMonkey talking that shit. And make sure y'all join us. Follow us on all the social medias, except for Jalen. He don't got social media. What he does,
in real life.
Follow him in real life, because that's where all the action's at.
If you're looking for a desk, he might got you. It's just that's it. Don't holler at him for about nothing else, but whatever you got in the marketplace.
I'll contact you. Actually, I'll reach out to you.
Don't call me. I'll call you.
Yeah, that's what's up. And on that note, we out of here. Check y'all next week.